Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at some of the stocks that were in play today or are setting up. Okay, first up, let's take a look at FRZT. This is the Garfield Go play. Had the merger news that was released after hours yesterday. We were looking for a bullish move today, and so yeah, congrats everyone. It closed up 66%, so that was a really nice move. RSI is now above 50 at 56, so it's in the bull zone with a lot of room to run still until the 70 overbought level. And if you look at the past big run, I mean, it had ran RSI headed well above 90. So yeah, so this is a great move above 50. The last time RSI was above 50 was back here in the middle of June. Fasto also is heating up with this move above 50. It's currently at 75. So you know, this is another signal that the chart is heating up, along with the bullish crossover here on 80x. You can see the green line cross the red line to the upside. Okay, so this is these are all signals that the chart is building strength. The bulls are trying to take control here. We've got a parabolic SAR bullish flip. Okay, the green dots here is PSAR, and SAR stands for stop and reverse. Okay, so parabolic stop and reverse. And when the green dots are above the candles, that is signaling that the stocks are in a downtrend or are heading sideways. And then when they flip below the candles, that signals the possible start of a new uptrend. So there was a PSAR bull flip today. The candles did close above this top of this descending red descending resistance line and this descending channel, this downtrending channel, and then also above the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-day simple moving average at 0.027. That's the green line. That's the key level to hold tomorrow. You want to see the share price stay above that level. It closed right at that upper Bollinger Band at 0.0030. If it can break that, then you're looking at this close here on the 21st at 0.004. Get above that, and then you could be talking about a run possibly back up to Pennyland, up to 0.010. And so yeah, so what bulls are looking for now is they want to see this middle Bollinger Band and 50-day simple moving average turn into support. That's the green and dotted purple lines. If those levels hold, that will signal more upside potential. If the share price closes below both those levels and closes below, that will signal downside risk. Notice it has bounced off of the 100-day simple moving average at 0.0015. That is a key support level to hold on a pullback. If that level breaks, you could see a big drop back down to triple zeros. Notice there was a big volume spike behind the move today. So this was the largest volume day since back here in the middle of June. There was also a bullish crossover on the 12, 26, and 9 MACD time frame. And notice how the MACD line is finally pulling away from the signal line on the 8, 13, and 5. If you look here at the FRZT 15-minute chart, you'll see RSI and Fasto are both in the bull zone. They reset on this pullback. There was a double, and then you could even call this a triple top here intraday at the 0.0032 level. Notice that was the high close here at 9:45, and then the candles pulled back. They found support at 0.0026. They came back up. They hit that level, you know, failed to break with the close above, pulled back again. So you've got a double bottom down here at 26, and then it closed right in between. And so the share price did close above the middle Bollinger Band at 0.0029. That's very good. You want to bulls want to see that level hold. And then tomorrow, the key is to see candles forming above 0.0032. If you see that on the 15-minute chart, that should signal more upside potential. And then a break above 0.0035, which was the high today, that should signal fours are on deck. If the middle Bollinger Band fails to hold and it comes down here and it tests this 0.0026 level again, the big level below is the 50 simple moving average at 0.0024. That's always the big level below the middle Bollinger Band. If that breaks, you could see a big drop down here to the 100, 200, and 300 simple moving averages. So yeah, yeah, keep an eye on Fritz. It was a nice move today. We want to see if it can follow through. Okay, so DRYS is in play today with this 62% gain. Yeah, the RSI, you know, it's been punished. And Fasto with all the reverse splits. These have both been extreme oversold levels. So what we've been looking for on this chart, as you can see, there's been this super long downtrend, and the pink line is EMA4 that's currently at 146. And notice how it had been failing to close above that level for a very long time, and then today there was finally a strong close above EMA4, and so that's going to be the key level to hold for DRYS to continue to be in play, because it is in play now. The saying is that there are no bad stocks, only bad entry and exit points, but this is like the worst stock of them all. I mean, it's just, everybody knows the story behind this, so it's a very dangerous stock to trade. If the share price pulls below EMA4, it will be a risk to hold. It will be will signal huge downside risk if there's a close back below EMA4, and then on the upside it needs to break EMA8 at 191. If it can get above EMA8 at 191, you could see a potential run up here to EMA13 at 333 and the bottom of this gap. There's a gap up here. Now it's lined up with the middle Bollinger Band at 395, the bottom of the gap, and then if it got running, you could potentially see a gap fill. That would be the upside potential. Downside potential is a close below EMA4 could signal this going back into pennies and trading below $1. Notice there was huge volume behind the move today. When DRYS heats up, usually tops heats up, and that is the case today. It closed up 28%. So nice move for tops. Now tops has been doing better. It's still at oversold levels on RSI. Fasto, it had a bull cross today and bounced off of 20, the 20 oversold line. Bulls want to see that back above 50. So if you've been following our charts in TA, you know that tops closed above the middle Bollinger Band last Monday, and we were looking for that level to turn into support and a possible new uptrend to begin. It had been struggling with EMA 13 at 38. That's the orange line. That is the key level to break. It had been struggling to break that level. It did hold this middle Bollinger Band support zone currently at 0.029. That's the dotted purple line. As long as candles are forming above that level, there is more upside potential. That signals the uptrend is still intact. If it closes below that level, that'll signal downside risk. You could see a drop back down here to test 20 and the closing price on the 17th. For the upside, what bulls want to see is this EMA 13 break, and then the closing price here on the 25th. That's the high close level that's lined up with the upper Bollinger Band at 44. If it can break that, then it could potentially get running. There's a gap up here, and the bottom of the gap is at 140. So that's the big upside potential if this EMA 13 turns into support. If the middle Bollinger Band turns into resistance, that'll be a huge red flag signaling downside risk. Keep an eye on NM. These are all four of these DRYS, TOPS, NM, and DCIX are all in the marine transportation sector. And so many times when the one stock, many times these this sector runs in groups, and you'll see multiple stocks running in the same sector. And so here we have NM heating up. It's back above 50 on RSI. Fasto is above 80. There was a bullish crossover on ADX with the plus DI crossing minus DI to the upside. And so today the bullish move on this stock, actually, yesterday was the first. So yesterday it closed above the middle Bollinger Band, the dotted purple line at 122, and then it continued to close, and it closed again for the second day in a row today above that level. It is back up at this 130 resistance level. Notice that was the previous top. It's been in the sideways channel. If it can break that, then you could see a potential run up here to this 140 level. It needs to break that to get up and test the 100-day simple moving average and the 200-day simple moving average. Notice the 300-day simple moving average is here at 135. That's going to be a big level to break. So there's a lot of resistance above. There was a PSAR bull flip. We're just seeing if it can break out of this sideways channel and maybe get something going. So keep an eye on it. MACD bullish crossovers on both time frames. Okay, and then another one to keep an eye on is DCIX. Okay, this is very oversold here. It's been really beaten up. It's got RSI at 16. Fasto, look at it, it's 1.55. Extreme oversold levels. Okay, this has been brutally punished. It had already been in a nasty downtrend. It had that little pop, but notice how it closed above the EMA4. That's what we were talking about with DRYS. But then see what happened when it closed below EMA4 the next day on the 25th. A giant pullback happened. I mean, this thing went from, you know, basically $3 down to 50 cents after breaking EMA4 support, and that's why I'm saying DRYS is a huge risk. Tops is a huge risk. Pretty much, you know, these marine transportation stocks are brutal if you hold when they're forming candles below EMA4 on the daily chart. So it's just never recommended. This is forming, you know, if you are playing the bounce like today. Okay, so traders that got in on this, this is a bullish Harami reversal pattern. Notice there's 5 red candles in a row, and so for a trade like this, what you're looking at is a potential run back up to EMA4 resistance. So this could head back to EMA4. That's going to be a tough level to break. If it can get above EMA4, then you could potentially see a run up to EMA8. But right now, bulls are looking for bullish reversal confirmation and a potential run back up to 78 resistance. There was a recent bull cross there on MACD, but yeah, this is super beaten up. We'll see if it can follow through and confirm that reversal pattern. And then take a look at OTTV. This is a OTC stock that we featured in our last video, and you can see it had nice follow through today. So congrats everyone. You know, it closed up what, 20%. So for this stock, we're looking at 0.0065 is the next key level to break. It did close at the upper Bollinger Band at 0.006, so it could hit a temporary top here. If it can close above 0.006, then that's going to be super bullish, and that could signal a potential run up to Pennyland, yeah, up to 0.010. And so you know, you could see a run up to the top of this candle and potentially Pennyland being tested. If for some reason 6 or 6.5 failed to break, notice how the candles have been right in EMA4 support. You know, as long as that's holding, this chart is very strong. You know, you could see a pullback to see EMA8 tested at 0.004. For these stock scores charts, you know, our strategy is to keep riding as long as the EMA's 4 and 8 support are holding. Once they break, the signal is to get off of the train. So yeah, so keep an eye on OTTV. And then ASTI has been on a big run. This used to be a big board stock. It dropped down to the OTC. It had some, yeah, there's a lot going on here. It's on this huge multi-day run. This is another stock that we featured in our last video. You know, it closed up, you know, really, you know, closed up nicely today. It was a big move. Congrats to everyone that's been following our charts in TA. The long upper wick on today's candle does show profit taking, you know, possible some dilution. At 0.0022 is this big level to break. Notice the high close back here at 21. If the candles do, today's candle did form above the upper Bollinger Band, so many times when there's a multi-day run, you know, the candles will top out and potentially work back into the bands. So keep an eye on EMA4. That's been holding on the way up. You can see here there's going to be some, you know, there was big support here in this 24 to 26 zone, and so that could provide some big resistance now that it's made its way back up to this key prior support level, and so it needs to really break through that to get back up into the threes. Keep in mind that there were 3 gap ups in a row, gap up opens, and so this did form bearish 3 gap ups reversal pattern. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video. Check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com for more charts and technical analysis.